I've got a few little tips I just want to go through in terms of PowerView Gen 2 Hub and just general PowerView in general, little tips. So the first thing is just keep in mind, whenever you're setting up a PowerView Gen 2 Hub, you must connect it via Ethernet direct to the Wi-Fi router initially. Then after that, if you like, you can move it over to have it configured via Wi-Fi. To set up the Gen 2 Hub, just wait till the light is flashing that orange or amber color. Once it's flashing that color, then open up the PowerView app and set it up. The Gen 2 Hub will only communicate on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi frequency. If a shade can't be discovered, so there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. If you can't discover shades, the first thing you want to make sure is you've got the same network ID across all remote controls. If you've confirmed that, the next thing you want to do is make sure you've got a good PowerView signal across the whole house. So you may need to add repeaters. If you've added a repeater and it's still not discovering the shade, make sure that that repeater has been copied to the same PowerView network ID as the remote controls and the hub. And if you're certain you've done this, the next thing to do is just go up to the shade and operate it off the manual control button 2-3 times. So just send it, for example, close the vanes, this one, press it again. Okay, just like that, and then rescan it, should discover it. What we found is sometimes the motors themselves will either time out or just not be discovered, and they'll kind of switch off from being discovered. And when you operate from the manual control button or the motor head button, it tends to wake it up again, and then when you rediscover, you should be able to pick up those shades. Like we spoke about, sync shade memory. If you've got a couple of blinds that were working on a scene, on a timed scene or automation, and now they're not working, try the sync shade memory, and that should definitely fix it up. Gen 1 repeaters are definitely compatible with the Gen 2 Hub. The fact that you can see now DRF signal, I think, which is a really useful tool for installers. And keep in mind, if you've got that 1 to 2 bars, we'd definitely suggest adding in a repeater just to make a solid signal. You can also view the firmware of the blinds now. And like I said, that will help us on the phone when we're communicating with yourselves. And we think it's an issue specifically with firmware and the motor. And a really handy tip, and this was available with the Gen 1 Hub, but not too many people knew, was the fact that if you create a PowerView account, then register the Hub, you can actually sign up and receive email notifications on when the batteries are running flat in your shade. And that's actually really useful because it gives you the heads up before they actually run flat. So you get an email notification, go swap the batteries out, and that way you won't be caught out, having flat batteries and the shade's not going up, or it won't come down anymore. So that's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, keep an eye out for PowerView Gen 2.